Thank you. Thank you, Loretta. Long Island, FNMs, Colorado has come to Long Island. Now, Long Island, you've been with us for a long time. And like the saying goes, love is a very splendid thing. Papa love you. And we know you love us back. Now, I've come with one of your own. I've come with Loretta Butler Turner. She's got your interest at heart. Long Island, who are you voting for? You know, when Larry said that he really meant what he said, that he wanted to go at the end of 2 terms, I wasn't sure what we were going to do. I asked him what he thought. He gave me his views. I picked up a telephone, I called Loretta. She was in Jamaica. She was in Jamaica at the time, attending a conference. I said, Loretta, I need you to go to Long Island. She didn't hesitate. She had a safe seat, not a queue. She demonstrated her loyalty, her affection for the party and for yourselves. And she said, yes, I'll go. Loretta, I thank you very much. Now, I want to thank very much Larry Cartwright. He loves his country. He's a patriot, and you know, he's an educator, a farmer, an environmentalist, and a gentleman. Larry, you've been one of the best ministers of agriculture and fisheries in an independent Bahamas. And I thank you very much for your service. From the backyard farming program to supporting farmers, you helped to start a revolution in farming and production of food. You are a gentleman of the highest order. You are a man of great loyalty. The Bahamas looks forward to your continued service, and be assured that the FNM looks forward to your continued service in another capacity when we become the government after the next general election. Now, Long Island, I'm going to spend a little while talking to you because, you know, you got a cut piece of slack. So if you don't see me no more before election, no, just a minute. If you don't see me anymore before election, I've gone to look for those other lost sheep. All right? But I'll seek to come back. But if I don't get back during the election campaign, vote FNM. To follow in the footsteps of a good son of Long Island, we brought you a daughter of this island. She's the granddaughter of another daughter of Long Island, Lady Caroline Butler, Lee Watson, who hailed from Morrisville here on Long Island, and of her maternal grandparents, Edward and Louisa Taylor, who lived in Clarencetown. She spent many years in Long Island. She's nurtured her love of this place and stayed close to you and her island roots. And she's the granddaughter of Samila Butler, one of the fathers of the nation of the Bahamas and our first Bahamian Governor General in independent Bahamas. And so I'm proud that the granddaughter of Samilo and the granddaughter of a Long Islander is involved in frontline politics. And I'm especially pleased that she is FNM. Before I say more about Loretta, let me say something about honoring our national heroes in the Bahamas. It is our duty to pass on to our young people and children the stories of their ancestors and the stories of those on whose shoulders we stand. Long Island must be very proud indeed, because out of our 8 Bahamian Governor Generals since independence, 2 of them hail from this island, Sir Henry Taylor and Dame Ivy Dumont. It is a matter of national pride and national identity and the Bahamian story to celebrate and memorialize our national heroes. And we do so to remind every generation from whence we came. In Nassau, we are transforming the Lynden Pill International Airport into a world-class facility befitting the legacy of the nation's first Prime Minister. The PLP put his name on it. It was run down, broken down. Go and see it today. The FNM put him on the dollar bill, the most frequently used piece of our money, the $1 bill. Every time you see Pinland, the FNM do that. The thousands of young Bahamians who watched in person or live on television the grand opening of the National Stadium now have a greater appreciation of Tommy Robinson. The new QE Sports Centre will also have an area that will serve as a hall of fame for outstanding Bahamian athletes. They recently dedicated the new office of the Prime Minister in the name of Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield, another Bahamian giant. Lady Naomi Wallace Whitfield, another daughter of Long Island, was also on hand for that occasion. And over the last few months, we've named the schools a school in honor of an outstanding educator, such as Mrs. Anatole Rogers. And you know, my wife Dolores, born here in Seamoss, Long Island, is also a Long Islander. In our next term, we're going to intend to name several of the new roundabouts we've created in Nassau in honor of Bahamian cultural icons. Anybody walking downtown Nassau nowadays, whether Bahamian child or tourist, can't help but notice something new in Parliament Square. There's a marble statue of Queen Victoria. At Government House, there's a statue of Christopher Columbus. At the Hilton, there's a statue of Buzz Rogers. These statues speak to a part of our history. And in Rossum Square, there's a statue, a bust of Sir Milo Butler. Because of the global economic meltdown, we were unable to develop a National Heroes Park during this term in office. We'll do so next time. And there'll be many other opportunities to do so. Sir Henry Taylor first came to prominence as a founder of the PLP in the 1950s. His colleagues in that venture also came from Long Island. William Cartwright and Cyril Stevenson. I'm always conscious of the long and distinguished role played in my first government when Ivy Dumont, Frank Watson, C.A. Smith, and Jimmy Knowles, all products of this island, formed an important center in my government and my cabinet. And Larry Cartwright joined that important group following the 2007 elections. You've always had a voice and influence in the FNM. With Loretta, your influence will continue. Now, I know that you have a keen sense of the importance of protecting our natural environment. And from 1992 to 2002, we doubled the size of our national park system. And this term, we added tens of hundreds of acres to the national park system. Indeed, in Andros, we've got over 1 million acres of protected land and marine area. You know how many acres Perry Christie and the PLP added to the national park system from 2002 to 2007? Absolutely none. Now, I know you continue to have, and I heard it tonight from Loretta, from Tommy, concerns about your fisheries industry, a backbone of the Long Island economy. I know that you continue to hold serious concerns about our ability to police our resources and to keep you and your industry safe from poachers. I also know what we've done with the Defense Force and the number of new craft we've given them and the expansion we are doing with the base down at Ragged Island. But we need your help and cooperation also in beating back this problem. I keep hearing about all these work permits that these people are supposed to have on these boats. Now, I don't know anything about that. I'd like to find out. I'd be happy to have some information later. But all of us must commit to protecting our resources. Do not shield or to harbour or comfort poachers, and not engage in foreign fishermen under the guise of marine engineers. We've taken action to preserve the commercial fishing for Bahamians and have expended resources to patrol our waters so as to protect marine resources. You must commit to be our eyes and our ears on the high seas and of reporting incidences of abuse, even when the abuse may be taking place under cover of others of your compatriots. But there's another area we need to cooperate from you on, and that's the extent to which Bahamians are marrying these foreigners and marriages of convenience. When a Dominican fisherman marries a Bahamian woman and gets that status, and then engages in fishing in the Bahamas as a spouse of a Bahamian, there's very little the government can do about that, because we can't stop a man from feeding his family. I want also to tell you that we're going to start next week the 52-week National Jobs Readiness and Skills Program here in Long Island, and that more than 40 of you will participate in the program. Suitable accommodations have now been identified by your administrator, and the Ministry of Finance will soon advise him as to when to start. In the Jumpstart program, of the 12 applications that you made, 5 have been approved, and 3 of them are now under active consideration. Now, Loretta is a progressive person. She's passionate in her commitment to advancing equality for all of God's children. She's in public life, not because of what she can get out of it, because she got a lot now, but because of what she can give back to her country. You already know the Butlers are renowned for their success in business. So too is Loretta. She now has cabinet experience and has worked in the area of social development for the past 5 years. She is the one for you. She has long and deep roots here in Long Island. She has business sense, and she's got common sense. She has experience in government. She'll deliver for you because of all these reasons, because she's a part of a team that delivers for the Bahamas. You continue to network and organize yourselves in a group like a Long Island Association, and I want you to work with Loretta. She is my woman here in Long Island. Now, there's a lot of work going on to plan for Long Island's long-term future. That's why over the past 5 years, we've invested many infrastructural projects here in Long Island, including your docks, your roads, and your seawalls. You have a wonderful legacy in education, producing some of the best exam results anywhere in the Bahamas. Indeed, you rival many in the private school system. And I want to assure you that Long Island figures prominently in our plans as we continue to upgrade and improve the quality of schools around the Family Islands. That's why we upgraded a number of your schools during this term in office, constructing a new preschool block at Sims at an earlier time, construct a new technical vocational block at NGM Major High School, 2 classroom block and preschool at Mangrove Bush School, 2 classroom block and new track and field facility at Deadman's Primary. We care. That's why we deliver for you and your children. And we also have attended to your infrastructural needs. We rebuilt the seawall and the road at O'Neill's, completed the Sims dock, we built the Salt Pond dock and dredged the basin at both docks to accommodate easy access. New side roads have also been done at Benji Hill, Scrub Hill, Turnbull, Poston Point, White House, and McCann's. We've completed work at Stella Maris Airport and hope to resolve the access road leading to the monument, which has stalled. And we completed the promised Defense Force base at Duncantown, Ragged Island, complete with underground infrastructure. I'm also happy to tell you tonight that we expect that by the end of this month, or certainly between now and Easter, that the 6 off-air television channels will become available in the remaining areas of Long Island, north and south, now without cable TV service. That will be Sims and Stella Maris, Millerton, Brent Ground, and Seymour's in the north, And the south will be Clarenstown, Dunmore, Hardbarg, and Mortimer's and Gordon's. We have a vision for all of the Bahamas. More remains to be done. That's why I've come to seek your support. We want to continue to deliver for you. Still outstanding is the Deadman's Key Airport. And I want to advise you, in our next term, God willing, we will build a brand new airport because your airport is not capable of being reconstructed as it is now. We need to build you a brand new airport.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. We're going to build you a brand new airport and a new 7,000 feet long runway. We've completed the acquisition of the land required for the expansion of the airport. I did that 4 years ago. In fact, did it as soon as we came back to office. Now I understand the owners of the land haven't been paid by the government yet, the rights, so no return quest, the wells. I need for you to tell me the reasons why they're giving you for not paying you your compensation. I'm putting some fire under my people to make sure they pay you, make sure they get your deeds so we can pay you. Because when we start to work, we don't want no argument about whether I can get paid. We already took ownership of the land. With the new airport will come improved air connections between Long Island and other islands in the Bahamas and from the capital city of Nassau. They're moving ahead, as Fenton told you, with plans to provide all Long Island with potable water. We're going to begin down at Salt Pond. The pre-bid meeting for companies placing bids for the Salt Pond water project will take place within the next 7 to 10 days. In fact, they should come down to Long Island tomorrow or the next day. Those works will include the installation of 11 miles of new water mains, 5 miles of new distribution water lines, and 6 transmission stations between Grays and Salt Pond. A new storage tank and booster tank will be installed, and the RO plant at Deadman's Key will be expanded. And the government has committed to make available to the Water and Sewage Corporation $3.6 million to pay for this work. Going forward, we expect to carry out similar works at Clarenstown going south. We are seeking and hoping to get some funding from the European Union to assist with that portion of the work. And as we now do in Abaco and we'll do in Exuma, we will also be doing in Long Island. We will build you a small community hospital as is befitting your station and development life. Long Island, we have placed and continue to place emphasis on developing our family islands because we are committed to facilitating and encouraging the largest migration of Bahamians in our history back to the family islands. Our long-term national vision is to ensure that every island has the critical infrastructure needed for development. Investment in infrastructure will help to attract domestic and foreign investment. This government, more than any other, from Abaco to Naugua, from Cat Island to Ragged Island, has been diligently building the infrastructure of communications, electrical, and water facilities on other major islands in the Bahamas. Long Island, your turn and your time has come. What do we want is sustainable development and sustainable communities to bring better quality of life in the family islands. That means social and economic development. And we want to make sure that Long Island maintains its unique character and traditions with modern amenities that will complement the natural beauty of Long Island. Now, Long Island. We've been traveling all over the Bahamas to ensure that next time it's going to be FNM time again. So when I asked you to cut me some slack, I want you to cut me some slack because I want to go and I want to win Macau. I want to win the 2 seats in Eleuthera. I want to win Exuma. We want to take Cat Island and San Salvador of Lil Brave's hand. And we're going to win North Andros, because North Andros has already gone FNM. And I saw the former bishop of the Bahamas, the Archbishop, Bishop Gomez, who was down there in his bishop collar. I do call upon Perry Christie to apologize for that. He knows better. Many of you Anglicans, you celebrate Lent time. You don't do such things. In fact, I saw Father Sebastian Campbell in the paper complaining about us holding meetings during Lent time. Now, what you think about a bishop on the political podium during Lent? Anyway, there's only one Gomez who can make it to the House of Assembly. Her name is Monique Gomez. She runs for the FNM in South Beach. Bishop Gomez's son, Damien, in South and Central Lutra, he can get beat. He ain't can see the House of Assembly. And of course, Perry Gomez in North Eleuthera, in North Andrews, will not see the house except from the outside looking in.
Are you serious?
FNMs, we've got a wonderful opportunity to win nearly every seat in the Family Islands. We're going to win all 5 in Grand Bahama. The wind is at our back in Nassau. We're going to win Nassau. I don't have to tell you about Abaco. I know we're going to win Long Island. And so Long Island, I want you to stick with us because I've got to go to make sure that we win the government. I know you'd like to see me. I know you'd like to see me. But please, cut me some slack. I've got a number of good men and women, some of whom spoke here tonight, who you will see again and again. I'm coming back to Long Island on Friday. I'll come back in a minute. I also know that you expect a lot from us. And you are entitled to expect a lot from the FNM. Because you've been good for the FNM. You've been good to the FNM. You've been loyal to the FNM. Never ever switch. South Long Island has never ever switched. Never! Now, I know also that some of you are disappointed we didn't do more for you than we did. But if you reflect on it, you'll have to agree that we also did a lot for you. Maybe not enough, but we did a lot for you. But you are entitled to demand and you are entitled to expect more from the FNM. But because you were badly neglected for a very long time. So we have a lot of things to do to bring you up to where you ought to be and where you ought to belong. I want you to know that and I acknowledge that the FNM owes Long Island. We are in your debt. I also want you to know we're going to pay that debt. We ain't going to pay it all at one time because we ain't got it all to pay you at one time. But as long as we are here, we're going to make regular, steady installments on our debt until you become all you ought to be. You have my word on that. I know the FNM well. We, the FNM, we deliver. Now, I'll be coming back to Long Island on Friday of this week with the Ministry of Public Works. They'll be officially commissioning the new classroom block and preschool at Mangrove Bush and the new technical vocational block at the NGM Major High School. And they'll also be signing the contract for work up at the Clarencetown dock and the construction of a new toilet block at that dock. And while I'm here, I'm going to take the opportunity, and I'm going to invite fishermen now. They will tell you where the meeting is going to be, to come and meet with me and the Commodore of the Defense Force and the Director of Immigration, so I can hear from you firsthand what you say your concerns are and how we can work together to address these problems. Because there is no good reason why there ought to be foreign fishermen on any of these boats fishing in the Bahamas. And so, Long Island, I've come to ask you to vote for the FNM again. I've come to ask you to vote for Loretta Turner as our candidate again. Long Islanders are amongst the most loyal of FNM supporters everywhere in the Bahamas. In fact, wherever you go in the Bahamas, Long Islanders are in there working for the FNM. I want you to know we are grateful. I'm grateful for the support you give us every day. We need your support again so we can continue to pay the debt we owe you. Come election day, I want you to vote FNM. Don't mind the noise in the market. We are winning and the PLP knows it. When the election is over, they're going to be exactly where they are, except they have fewer seats than they got today. Color red is coming. Not long from now, we're going to ring the bell. Register to vote. On Easter Monday, we're going to have a beach event in Nassau. We're going to invite you to have one here. We will make a couple of dollars available to the association, to Loretta, to be able to have that function in Long Island on Easter Monday. We're gonna seek to have it all over the Bahamas. We got a site down at Salt Pond, is a good site. I hope it don't cost too much, but we pay a couple of dollars. We will do so in Grand Bahama, we'll do so in Aberconwy, Lutry, we'll do so all over the Bahamas. The Bahamas will be painted red on that day.
Color red, it's on the move. Color red, it's on the move.
After we would have painted the Bahamas red, and the PLP gets scared, watch out!
Color red, it's on the move.
We have the better record, we have the better team, we have the better vision. We are the FNM. We are the party of choice for the Bahamas. We are the party that's governed you best. We are the party that has hands that are clean hands.
That's my pop.